Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of H&R Uncensored. From H&R, I am the H.
And the R would be somebody else, but for now that's me. And today we have a
And
special guest.
yeah, very special
Yes,
guest.
yes.
Who do
I
we have,
have
Renato?
I don't know. I have never met him before in my life. I don't know him. So if you would care to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jean-luc. Renato, nice to meet you. We sat next to each other during one of our jobs for over months. Nice to meet you.
I closed that part of me out, man.
Okay, guys, so how have you guys been? Everything good? Everything okay?
Well, I guess we're struggling a bit. There are no SRDs in our country. The SRD is our local currency. And it's getting kind of hard to find, I guess. I don't know why. Well,
Yeah,
of
but
course I
is
know
is
why.
that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, of course it's a bad thing. Of course it's a bad thing.
I kind of
Um,
I kind of think it's a good thing. It's a sign of something good happening.
We're going a bit
okay,
digital.
elaborate.
So, my point of view, and please, guys, tell me if I'm wrong. Leave me a comment. Tell me I'm an idiot. Okay. But
Idiot.
I think that that actually before we had a general elections, everybody had SRDs, and nobody was spending their foreign exchange. Everybody was saving their valuta, and they were spending the SRDs. But now we have a new government. People have a bit more.
I
So I think the
yeah.
government didn't agree what he said. So
Even the internet
Helio
didn't
got
agree with him.
frozen.
No, the internet didn't agree
Yeah,
with him. So now
yeah,
we can talk smack about him.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. So here's the one thing that I will say is we should like if you live here in Suriname and you have a job and you get paid your salary on time every month right now at the moment, you should be happy. You should really be happy.
Just be happy to have a job.
And just to be happy to have a job and getting your salary because some people have their job but they can't get paid because the
Oh,
company doesn't have the money. And we're not going into economics or politics or anything like that. But even for my own company, um, we lost during COVID, but also during the economic crisis, we lost around 35% of our clients. I mean, it's going back up. It's getting better. And our currently our outstanding payments, like clients of ours who have to pay us, it's up like 10% of our yearly income is open. It's just out there. And our clients cannot pay out at the moment.
mm,
There are companies that are getting relief by the bank that they don't immediately have to pay off their loans and those kind of things. So we're kind of in a very tight situation where we don't really talk about it, but at the moment we should really be happy. If you have a job in Suriname at the moment and you're getting paid like your salary at the end of the month on time, you should be happy because even in other countries at the moment, it's like a chaos. If there's not like a welfare system like the European countries, like how they set it up, you might just lose your job.
you got that, Helio?
Yeah. Sorry about bother, guys. Here in the poor country, the internet is a bit fucked up. Yeah, but Shandu, that's
Yeah,
actually my
yeah,
meaning or
yeah.
my vision why we have a trouble finding SRDs. Hey, another topic I saw coming by. I wanted to discuss with you guys. Did you guys see the post of choice of the
Of the
of the
cherries.
cherries? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so to put in a little context, I don't know if you want to share the post, you can screen share it as well.
yeah.
But so these cherries are sold for €3 a kilo in the Netherlands.
Correct.
€3 is roughly, even if you take the highest rate, exchange rate at the moment, we're talking about 60 SRD
60
max.
yeah.
So, and it's being sold for 270 SRD per kilo, which is, yeah, I mean, but if you want these kind of luxuries, yeah,
Yeah, come on, guys. What?
Yeah.
275 SRDs for a kilo. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know what SRDs are, SRDs is the Surinamese currency we have in Suriname. So around 15 SRDs is around $1. And the minimum,
Officially, it's between 7.5 and 10. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
And a basic salary in Suriname is around 2,500 SRDs. So these cherries are gonna cost you 10%. 10% of your salary for some cherries. Come on, people.
I know we like popping cherries, but eating 275 SRDs for a bunch of cherries, man,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And the
But
funny thing, it did get some
yeah.
traction though. It did went viral. People made memes. People talked about it. People made a whole like poetic post. These are cherries from the Garden of Eve, handpicked by Eve herself, and all that crap. I mean, and the bad thing is they got so much slack. They pulled the post down. And yeah, I would leave it. Even bad
Yeah,
publicity is good publicity. You could have somehow made it work for you. I don't know how, but if you have a good marketing strategy or somebody who knows how to do this stuff, you could have put that in your favor. What do you think?
No, definitely. There's actually a company. I think there's a company who had a similar issue last month, and they were giving big discounts on their clothes. And people were like, "Oh my God, this is so expensive normally. Then how can it see you're making?" No, they just left the post because they felt like it's publicity. At least people now know that we're helping out the community by lowering our prices. For choice the other way around, I guess. I mean, they post their donuts with their prices as well. It's not like those
yeah.
things are cheap. The problem is that it's it's such a big difference. I mean, 60 and 275. I mean, even if it was double, it was
It will be
triple,
okay.
it would have been okay, but people would be able like, okay, you have income tax, it had to fly here. Probably most likely the plane that flew in this weekend was the plane that brought the Cherries as well.
Uh-huh.
So it's air transport and not, it's kind of
It's
expensive to
Wait,
get it here.
I'm just
probably a
picturing.
COVID
I'm just
tax.
no, no, no. I'm just picturing myself, somebody in Holland, like buying a couple of kilos of cherries, putting it in their suitcase, and just making a massive profit here.
No, no, no,
You got those
no.
cherries. I got it.
No,
You know?
no.
Open up the coat.
It's more professional than that, really.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Okay, guys. So if you want to check out the cherry story, check it on Facebook. You'll have a good laugh.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc, the next topic I wanted to have you in with was the topic of a popular figure in our country
Our
being caught.
future president.
No, no, no. The guy being caught cheating.
Okay.
Remember? You remember the story?
Okay. You have to. You have
Oh,
to.
a
You have to
McDonald's story.
remind.
Yeah, the McDonald's
Oh.
story.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you guys this thing. So a couple of people were eating at McDonald's, and if some kind of commotion was going out outside, so decided to film it. And what the story was afterwards was that I'm not gonna name names, but a public figure in our country was caught cheating by his wife while he was in the car with his mistress.
In a drive-through, in a drive-through where you can't get out, you're in one lane. It's not like you can, whoops, I'm gonna get out of the drive-through. It's one lane. You can't get out.
So
You're stuck.
so this story was hilarious on itself, but then the video went semi-viral, and we
You
got
could say
some
viral in Suriname.
responses. So some people said, hey, okay, it's bad for the lady doing this. She already got caught her husband cheating, and now her video is going viral. And I'm like, yeah, but if you're gonna do something publicly, shouldn't you have that in the back of your mind from like we're living now in a digital
Digital
age
age.
where
Things.
everybody can be a reporter, where everybody shares news and shares videos. So like for me, if I'm gonna like go out and get someone, I'm gonna make damn sure it's someplace that they can't record me. But if you're going to McDonald's, come on, come on, you've gotta know you're gonna end up on World Star or something.
No, but I mean, first of all, um, we're at fault for sharing this kind of information as well. But it's
Yeah.
sensation, and I guess we like sensation. And secondly, yeah, if you want to have your fights at home. I mean, I fight with my wife all the time, you know. So, and we don't fight publicly. We leave that for at our home. So if somebody would come to my house and film at my house while my wife and I were having an argument about something, then of course that's invasion of privacy. When it's public, it's a little bit different. And especially we're talking about somebody who's kind of high up in the hierarchy, somebody
Yeah.
who's kind of well known. Well, yeah, that gives you an issue as well because and I don't even know what kind of level of cheating this is. I'm not even going to discuss that part. I do want to. The thing I found a little bit hilarious is that there is this song by a popular Dutch artist, Jay, and it's being featured by Willy Wartaal. And somewhere in the song, the featured artist says, uh, en wil ze per se uit bij de Becky Chapje goed. As saying like, and if this woman really feels that she should be treated and you should take her out, it's fine to go to a fast food place, you know. And
Hey,
then I found that very ironic, you know, like saying like, okay, maybe you took something from that song. So yeah, that's one way to approach it. But on the other side, it's wrong on so many levels.
yeah,
It's wrong on the fact that it's about cheating. I don't actually know if that's true. I don't know the sources if it's actually true that he was in fact cheating with a woman sitting next to him. But that's one thing, of course. Keep your personal stuff not open in the
at
public,
home.
but keep it private. Keep it at
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
Confront him at home, but it's not always easy to
No,
do that.
but
I
but
do
speaking
understand.
about
Yeah,
keeping it at home, there
yeah,
was another story online that caught my eye.
yeah,
A 12-year-old, a 12-year-old got mad because someone in her family told her she was busy too much on her phone,
yeah.
and she drank poison for that.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it
but
on
then
other news sites, but I only saw it on one, so I don't know if it's
yeah,
true
you
or
don't know
not.
if it's a hoax or not.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that's
but let's say it's true.
okay.
I mean, how dramatic do you have to be that someone will tell you from, hey, I think you're on your phone too much, and would you mind or not being on your phone or whatever, that you would get mad and
Oh,
drink
I
something
understand that.
that can kill you?
I understand that. Let's
Yeah.
first go to the first. Do you know the old? We had a game that we used to play when we were children. You would sit in a circle, and then one person would say a sentence in the ear of the person next to him or
Yeah,
next
yeah,
to her, and then everybody would do it, and then at the end you had to guess
exactly. Yeah.
What the
What
word
what
was,
what you
yeah.
said?
what the sentence was.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of how social media works nowadays. So there's somebody who breaks out a story, and then somebody takes that story and makes it their own story, which is about 80% similar to the original story. And then another person takes it and makes it another story. So by the end it gets to you, the story that
It's a
actually
totally
broke
different
out
story.
is a completely different story.
Yeah,
There are
completely out
things
of
added
context or
to it.
something. Mhm.
So if you read a story on social media and you don't go back to the actual source to find out what was actually said beforehand, what was true, if you just share an article and you don't completely read through the article, what's being said in the article, and you take a very bold statement on that, you're basically conspiring against the original story. And I think that's something that we have to work towards, which is becoming socially acceptable. It's now kind of
But a
socially
question.
acceptable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a question. Okay, let's
Yeah.
say, okay, we don't know if the story published was actually true,
Or not, yeah.
what
Yeah.
the facts were, etc. But let's just for our argument's sake,
It's true,
uh,
right?
it's
Yeah.
true. What would your opinion be like? The youth nowadays and the children nowadays attaching that much power to social media and their phones.
No, but it's first of all, before we go to the child, it's a thing of why are you sharing it? The only reason you are sharing the story is it would add value to your personality. That's why people share. I mean, that's basic psychology behind why do we share. I mean, from a perspective as a creator or as a company or marketeer, you want to make posts and content that people want to share because if they share it, it brings value to who they are. They associate with it or it makes them better. And in some cases, especially for a lot of people who want to get the most shares on a topic or a troll or a meme, it's about getting clout, you know. And cloud is really something that for most people is like, what's cloud? Well, cloud's basically you're internet famous, you're high on the hierarchy of the internet.
Yeah,
And
but
there's a
it's kind
big
of a
it's just a big difference between actual fame and cloud. Those two are not the same. There's
right.
a difference between cloud and fame.
But
And
where do you draw the line between what's news and what can be shared and
it,
what's just there for the hype and for cloud? I think I don't know
yeah,
if it's true, but I think like it was a news site that posted this.
yeah.
So where do you of in
Where you
your
draw the line or
opinion,
something.
where
Is
do
it
you draw the line?
is it a legitimate news site?
I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no.
Or is it a
I don't think
clickbait? Is
no,
it
no.
a clickbait focused
We
on
have
title, clickbait news site?
yeah, it was one of those clickbait news
Yeah,
sites.
sorry, that's where, and I mean, we put that in for sensation. We don't even try to validate anymore if the story is true. It's just like, oh, this is awful. This proves the premise that I want to talk about. Let's just share this.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big issue. And then on
No, but
the
still,
second,
but
yeah,
yeah, but still, my question is, where do you see the line being? Like,
your
if
own moral
for
standards.
any media
Hey,
source for
he's right.
anything,
Yeah, your own moral
I, I-
standards.
I'm completely with him. Like the moral standard of your own. You have to think about, hey, should I share this or not? It's your own responsibility to know as someone, as a parent, or as a child or a friend. Just know your worth. Or,
okay.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go in a bit deeper on that.
okay.
We see a lot being posted online, and like for me, if you like sit back and like actually watch, where like I have around 4,000 something friends on Facebook, and if you just like logically took a second and to see what everybody is posting and everybody is posting, you're thinking from where are those moral standards? I did a post online where I said, what you post online says something about the level you are. And the meaning I have behind that post is like, if I share nothing but trash or garbage or fake news or something, it may not be the person you are in real life, but it does say something about your way of thinking. So I have a lot of people in the comments there. They were saying, "No, I'm crazy. They're not. They're just posting something for fun, or something." But like, if a guy shared something on Facebook about women and his whole timeline is about women and stuff like that, what would your opinion be of that guy, and what do you think his state of mind would be?
horny as fuck.
No, but
No, but it's
that
the
was
same with
actually my
alcohol,
point.
right? It's the same with alcohol. Like when you see about people, like when they're drunk, they tell that they show their real self. It's like there's a certain, and I mean, I don't know enough about it to go really into depth about it, but I do know that it releases a certain amount of dopamine. It feels good. When you put out a post and people react to it, it feels good. That's why we go back onto our phone or back on our computer to see like, oh, okay, did people respond to this? How many
Yeah.
people responded to this? Oh, it's got 60 shares in 60 minutes. Wow, this is cool. And then you go back and you go back to check the shares, which is really when you look at it, it's like, that should be really
I mean,
worrisome. Yeah.
you guys should
Okay,
know.
but
Like you guys have like 5,000 friends almost, and I am like have the most 500. So you guys should know
no, but
all about it.
Jean-Luc,
Yeah.
you said something I wanna pick up
Yeah.
on. You said if you compare it to alcohol,
Yeah.
but if we do compare it to alcohol, alcohol has restrictions. It's not sold to minors, and you have to be at a legal age. Do you think we need something like that for social media?
Well, we at least need to know how we tell our children how to deal with social media. But here's the fun thing about it. Usually they know better how to deal with it than we do because a lot of people, social media is kind of new for them. Say you're a 50-year-old person, social media has been there. Maybe if you're like, you started early, you've dealt with social media for 10 years. So the first 40 years of your life, you've never encountered social media. And all of a sudden it's there. So it's kind of confusing to you. Whereas a child that is actually 15 years old spent their whole life living with social media. So you will see that, especially the younger social media users, we are as parents, we're always worried about them.
Yeah, yeah.
We're worried about them. But they have a better understanding about the fact that if they post something online, what the consequences will be. Because at school, if they post something and they're 9-year-old, 9 years old, and they post something on school and they get bullied for it, they've already experienced that before they become an adult. So it's a little different. So we also see that like young teenagers in Suriname, they're moving away from Facebook. They're moving away from Instagram. Kind of, we don't know where they are. We don't know what kind of applications.
I
We know they use WhatsApp. We know they go on YouTube a lot. We know they like TikTok. That's basically what we know. But we don't know about all the other places that they go. And that's worrisome for parents because parents then don't know where they have to search for if their
exactly.
children are in
Yeah.
trouble. And that then relates to the story of the 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that somebody would get angry because you would take their device away from them. My son, who's 2 years old, he's the most joyful and happy person. The only times that he gets upset is when I wake him up too early and when I remove my phone from his hands while he
Oh,
feels he is still watching a video on YouTube. So, so and if you don't parent your child saying like, okay, there's limited screen time during the day, we have at least one day a week that nobody in the family is allowed to watch a screen. So we turn off all the screens for a day. If you don't introduce that and show them that there's life outside of the screen as well, you can get addicted. And yes, alcohol, drugs, social media are just mobile phones. Mobile phones are freaking addictive. They are really are. So if we don't put that part as part of our development process to learn as well, like how do we avoid our children becoming addicted to their phone, as I
So
have been addicted to my phone as
my,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
and
we
I'm learning to cope with it now.
and we also, all right, it all came down actually about the article about the girl wanting to kill herself, suicide. And which brings me to another topic. There was another suicide topic the past week. I don't know if you've heard it. I don't know if the second part is true, but we have a bridge here in Suriname, the
Oh my God.
Schulswedenbosbrug.
Yeah.
Somebody, all right, a lot of people are jumping from the bridge. They
Too
don't see the
many, too
problem anymore.
many.
Too many, too many.
Yeah.
But there was one particular incident this past week. They found another body this week, past week. He jumped off the bridge. And the second part is, I don't know if this is true or not, but they said he jumped twice. Not once, but twice. Look, there's, I mean, it's sad that
So
he took his
yeah,
life,
I
but on the other hand, I mean, the motivation, the dedication to end your
wait,
life.
wait. But did he die? Because I heard that he jumped off the bridge.
It's twice, and he's still alive.
Yeah, so he jumped off of the bridge. He was there was some fisherman boats who got out of the water. He was mad, and he jumped off of the boat into the water again, and was rescued again by another fisherman's boat. I'm like, what kind of problems are you dealing with? If you jump off the bridge, it's the highest point I think in the country, and you don't die. Look, I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but wouldn't that be a sign that
Sign?
somebody wants you to live
It's
and then
really
to go
tough.
jumping off again?
it's a really tough story. It's really
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, like I don't condone these things, and I'm like, if you have a problem, always talk to someone and
Yes.
try to seek help. But I don't think killing yourself is answer. I know that sometimes you have something and you're dealing with some stuff and you can't see your way out. That's why I think talking with people helps. That maybe if you don't see a path, someone else can help you along the way.
Right.
Some people look for help with their family, their friends, their colleagues. Some turn to the Lord. But yeah, that story. I mean, that was a sad story, but it had me laughing a bit.
Well, here's
I'm
the
sorry.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, here's the interesting part about it. Maybe because he survived, people will second guess jumping off the bridge.
Yeah. You,
Yeah,
you won't die
yeah,
instantly.
So maybe it's a good thing that people now know. Like, if I jump off the bridge, I might survive, which
wait.
hopefully leads to
Then
less people jumping off the bridge.
yeah, but then I have a question for like we don't know this, but the
Yeah,
other people that jumped from the bridge,
yeah.
did they die because of the impact or because
You
they
don't
couldn't
know.
swim?
We don't know. Like, some people black out before they actually reach the water
Yeah,
because it's a shock. If you've ever been in a roller coaster or if you
yeah,
ever bungee jumped, like,
you
some
black
people
out.
can't deal with the certain drop. So they black out before they reach the water. Some people die because of the impact, because of how they land on the water. So this person landed on the water in a way that
Didn't kill him.
didn't,
I
but
mean,
also didn't have any major injuries.
did his swan die from something? I mean, he could have been a professional swimmer. Like,
I have no idea. But I have a question. If
Yeah.
one of you guys ever been to the top of the bridge, there's a camera there.
Now there
Does
is
it
a camera there.
function? No, it's been there like for a year or longer than a year.
Yeah, it's one of
What
the
does the camera do?
safe city cameras, I think.
Yeah, but don't they see if there's someone like behind the screen and watching traffic and stuff like that, and you see someone park their motorcycle there,
Yeah.
can't you like call someone, either someone on the bridge, etc.?
is it a live feed? We don't know if it's a live feed, if somebody's actually watching right now from.
Well, there should be. There should be. We should ask this to the people who run Safe City. But I think there is, and I think people might have responded to it as well. So I
So,
don't think it could be that the police were there like 10 minutes later or half an hour later. We don't know. We didn't get that part of the story.
so guys,
If you guys know, please leave it in the comment.
Yeah.
Does that camera actually work, and what's the story behind it? Where does the footage go? If there's something happening and someone calls the police, is it somebody from the safe city that calls the police from, hey, we saw a jumper on the bridge,
I
etc.?
think it directly goes to 115,
yo,
if I'm not mistaken.
right.
So what's happening
Uh,
with your camera, Renato?
Batteries that. No,
it's like the title. You had one job, John.
no. Eh, usually our cast are like 30 minutes, and
Yeah.
it's just enough. So if I would make
Yeah.
you the host right now, would it work?
Yeah, you can make me the host. But you're actually still in the call, so you
Yeah.
can stay
So
the host.
yeah, just edit something. All
Yeah,
right.
we'll put a picture of you.
Yeah, that's me. So I guess any other topics, guys?
Uh, Jean-luc, I know that you are the social media guru, if I can call you that, in Suriname, and the company you work for organizes social media day, a social media week every year. Due to the situation we have now in the country, we actually be together as the old years. So I think it was June 30th. You did it online.
Yeah.
Did an online session. Could you elaborate a bit more about that?
Okay, so there are a couple of projects that I'm currently working on. The most interesting one in this case is indeed for my company, Ineffable, and we do organize the social media day. We did organize the social media day this year. Usually we have an annual conference. That annual conference has been moved to October, so we'll have a social media conference Suriname in October. It will be
Okay, so
mainly it
there
will be
is a
mainly digital. It will be for I think a week instead of 3 days because it's digital. So we have a lot of more options when it comes to getting speakers together. And and of course for social media day we were like, yeah, but we have to do something in June. And we decided just to see like, okay, are creators interested? It wasn't our event. Basically, we just asked 50 creators like, is there something you want to do? And they were like, yeah, let's do something. That was fun because like we got to see a couple of behind the scenes like you did with Shellen. You showed like the behind the scenes of how to set up stuff for doing video and photography. There's a Perk did a tutorial kind of like how to do a TikTok, a little bit behind the scenes of how she makes her TikToks. Kill Egg went live and she was like showing like how she makes her food, her dinner during the live feed, which was very funny. And of course, Shaquille Marcus, he just went all out. He just wanted to break the internet, and he just as a rapper, he just went full on singing mode for over an
okay.
hour. So it was fun. Um, I'm still thinking like we should definitely do an after movie or something about it. So that's
For
one of the
everything.
things I'm working on. The second thing I'm working on is podcast. I mean, that's why it's fun to
Yeah.
be your guest because we run a sports podcast, me and Dion Brunings. And I'm actually being called by someone because we're working on a follow-up to the podcast, so a
Nice.
bigger
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I can't say too much about it, but we're busy with working on a pilot to see if that show might work out. So that's pretty cool. And of course, I'm busy on Hive. I'm less on Facebook. I've deleted the Facebook app and Messenger from my phone to get a
Yeah.
little less
Okay.
distracted. And I'm spending a lot of time on Hive. So that's why I'm gonna convince you to move from Steam to Hive as well. Because you had some success on Steam actually. So I think it would be interesting to see and to clarify, Hive is a social media platform built on a blockchain. So basically you get paid in cryptocurrency. And I'm not talking about the multi-level marketing stuff. I'm not talking about one kind here. I'm talking about actual cryptocurrency which currently is worth around 20 cents per hive. And you can exchange that for Bitcoin for any other kind of crypto see if you want to, or you can reinvest it in the platform. And the bigger you are, the more powerful your upvote is. So for instance, if you would put a post on Hive and I would upvote it, it would be worth a little over $1 cent.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's me oohing too because in
yeah.
case you can see me, just listen to my voice. Ooh.
So
Okay,
it's
Jean-luc.
something. So that's something I'm currently
Yeah.
bringing people awareness about. Like these kind of platforms also exist now. So what are the opportunities? I'm not saying like everybody should join. I'm not getting any money from
Mhm.
people joining, but I do want people to understand that there are also social media platforms where you don't have to wait to be a YouTube partner to actually monetize your post or
Oh,
anything
yeah.
like that. You can just upload your video, and if people upvote, you get actual money for it.
All right.
I wanna ask you one more question.
Yeah.
We're talking about like earning money from social media now, and a post I also did on Facebook, I think 2 weeks ago, was if anybody in Suriname has a OnlyFans page. Jean-luc, my friend, my buddy, we've known
Yeah,
each other for I think 10 plus years.
yeah.
Tell me, do you have an OnlyFans account?
No, I don't have an OnlyFans account.
Yet.
No, I don't see. Here's the problem with OnlyFans. See, I consider doing Patreon because for
Yeah,
people that know, Patreon is also a platform for creatives
exactly. Yeah.
where people will pay you monthly for special content. And first of all,
Special content.
I'm not very consistent with my content. So, people would get upset that I wouldn't be posting and they were paying for no reason. So that's one reason I didn't do it. And also, I mean, OnlyFans, it's very sexualized.
Adult
So if
oriented.
yeah, so for Patreon, it's very much the creative side. You have Patreons who value your work, and it's for somebody
Yeah.
who's actually making quality content and wants to have premium content and wants to have ownership over that premium content, which is different if you use Facebook or YouTube for the same reason. And OnlyFans is kind of more like, okay, you really have fans. And I associate OnlyFans with models and people who like get
Yep.
paid for looking good.
Yeah, you already have a
And
following and such.
no,
Yeah,
but
but I know some Surinamese,
yeah,
some friends of mine
yeah.
that are on OnlyFans, that are making some money on OnlyFans. So
But
that
what
type
are
of
they posting? That's what I'm interested in.
how can I say this? Let's just say is adult content.
Yeah, okay. Are they aware of the fact that the site is being ripped constantly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I think the site lost a couple of hundred of terabytes of data
yeah,
that were it was on Pornhub and Pornhub. So it's not
Really?
100% safe.
yeah. So here's the
So
thing. If you're comfortable with using your body as a source of income, if
Well,
you're comfortable
by
with
all
that,
means, go ahead.
I mean, I won't oppose
okay,
to
but
that.
I have a question.
Yeah,
We see a lot of it's been a trend now.
yeah.
Also, if you look at Instagram, that you have a lot of ladies posting pictures that if you were their boyfriends, you wouldn't be happy. They would be posting it to say it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, would OnlyFans be a place for them, or do you think from no, it's just content? So
Listen, there's a difference between aspiring something and seeing it as your actual work. Like, there are people who have private Instagram accounts, private Snapchat accounts. There are TikTok stars that make TikToks with their clothes on, TikToks with their clothes off. There are people that are on Chatterbait and have an Instagram account where they promote their Chatterbait account. You have people who use OnlyFans. Listen, there's a difference between using it as actual business. You're accepting the fact that this is my business. I'm gonna make money off my body because I understand that my body is worth a lot of money. So I'm willing to sacrifice that and kind of also partly your identity. I mean, there are people doing it with masks on, but I mean, if somebody knows, they know. So it's something that you decide for yourself if that's what you want to be doing as a job and how much you want to earn and when you want to step out of it. And understanding that when you step out of it, it will be there for the rest of your life,
forever, yeah.
forever. So here's
Okay,
like the most famous story about this is Mia Khalifa. She
yeah,
was in the business for a very short amount of time. She didn't actually get paid very
get paid a
well,
lot,
and
yeah.
she has no royalties. So all the videos that have a million views and she's like in the top 10 in all the lists and everything, she doesn't get any money from this. And she's trying to make people aware of it. And then of course
And
there are
and
new,
before
yeah,
you guys say something, the only reason why Jean-luc, Renato, and I know who Mia Khalifa is because we did our research.
well, I mean, these are
A
actual
bit.
research topics. You
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you can say like I'm consuming this because I want to consume it because of sexual reasons, sexual interest. But you could also be like, okay, so is this camp girl and she never takes anything off. How come she makes thousands of dollars of money for never showing anything while others bear it all and they don't make anything? So these kind of things are interesting because we look further from a social media perspective. Like, how do I use social media to get clients? I mean, their Instagram accounts, there are people on Instagram who have 20 of 2 million followers but can't sell 30 t-shirts.
yeah.
And then you
Yep.
have people who only have 500 followers
Or
and
they can
they
sell
make
much more
thousands of
of
money
dollars. Yeah,
of dollars. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, it's these kind of things are interesting. And then
Jean-luc,
of course, and no, but this is really the tip I want to give to especially young women watching this. If you think you're a young woman and you can benefit from the fact that you're good looking, remember everything that you post online has been online, will be online. It will haunt you for the rest of your life. So either
correct?
you're okay with the fact, like a simple explanation, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about it. Alessandra Daddario, I don't know if you know her.
Yes,
She
I do.
played in the new Baywatch. She actually when the leak happened with all the celebrities, she tweeted out saying like, okay, at least I was naked in films and I approved of that and I got paid for it. So if content leaks out, I don't worry about it because You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
actually naked in a film, like a Hollywood film.
Yeah. That was
And
a conscious decision.
it was a conscious decision. And what people have to understand, like if you do it as a conscious decision, okay, good for you. You found a way that it works for you where you're comfortable doing that. But if you're not comfortable with the fact that the rest of the world, your children, will grow up in an age where they will be will confronted by their people in their classroom saying, "Ah, I saw your parents naked." You know, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
just if
Yeah.
you're aware about that, fine. But if you're not aware about this, I want to make you aware of this because otherwise you get into a situation which you will regret later on in life.
As
Okay.
for the
So
So
that's
word
why I don't
MILF,
have an OnlyFans account.
okay, for
Yeah.
my personal social media, especially for my Instagram, I have a question, and I have you here, so I'm gonna ask the question, and maybe something the rest of the audience can help me with too. So it's my question is this: I've been taught that when you post a picture online,
it's
you
online
add
forever.
yeah, online is forever. But if you add it on Instagram, you add your location. You add your location to it because then if people search for the location, they come up with your image. And when you're using hashtags, you would use hashtags that aren't that popular because then you will get your content will be seen quicker. But my question is this: how many people, and especially for us on Instagram in Suriname, how many people are looking for, like, I went to Coroni, it's a district in Suriname. I went to Coroni, and I was thinking, how many people will be searching for Coroni on Instagram? Would it be an idea to put in a place that is the most searched on Instagram as a location to your image? Because in that scenario, those are the most searched locations, and people are daily searching for those places. So you might have a chance of popping up. But if you put in a place where maybe nobody is searching for, yes, you might be unique, but nobody's searching for it. And that's part one of my question. And part two is when using hashtags. If you use a popular hashtag, yes, many people are looking at it, but I think it gets lost in the feed.
Yes,
You,
I completely know what you mean.
yeah, but if you use unique hashtag, you have less people searching for it, and still you still end up less. So I did a combination with popular hashtags and kind of niche hashtags. So what would your advice be for me on one, the location issue, and the hashtags?
Well, the location thing is good. It's always good to put your location because when people search for it, maybe not locals, but when people from abroad search for it, then they see quality content. I'm more a kind of quality content person than actually using tactics and tricks to get more views.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the long run, I feel the quality content is what matters. That's why people will follow you in the long run. But for the second part, I mean, when we give, like, we don't do that a lot anymore, but when we gave Instagram marketing courses, we showed people, and then there's a whole classroom of 10, 20 people, and they were like, okay, the most popular hashtag is love. Type in hashtag love, see the most recent searches. Okay, wait 1 second, refresh it. All the previous posts
Images
were
are gone.
already gone,
Oh yeah.
disappeared, all of them. So the actual chance that somebody would see your post due to a very popular hashtag, it's very small. There's not a lot of chance that if you use like one of the top 100 hashtags,
Okay.
that people will
So
actually see your post due to that hashtag.
so
Or it
would
has to be a
use
really good post,
yeah.
like a good photo.
Yeah, I totally agree with
Yeah,
you. Your content is what will make people follow you.
yeah.
But um, getting your advice using popular hashtags, if you want it to grow that way,
Yeah.
can hurt you also.
Well, no, the only reason why you should use a popular hashtag is because it's relevant to your post. So if the popular hashtag is relevant to the post, you will get some extra likes and some interaction with people that don't actually follow you. Why? Because they will, between all the clutter and like the 20 posts that have nothing to do with the hashtag, your post will actually stand out. Because we'll be, oh, this is actually a post about that hashtag. And people will click on it and you will get interaction from people from all over. So yes, it does work if it's completely relevant to what you're posting. But if you're posting something and using a other hashtag that's not related to what you're posting, just to get more reach or impressions,
You,
that's
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
going to work.
Oh,
That's the idea behind it, and it's kind of the story between short tail and long tail keywords. If you've been in the game a little, in the online marketing game a little bit longer, and you know a little bit about the algorithm of Google, and you know the
Mhm.
difference between like short tail keywords and long tail keywords, like the difference between like if somebody searches for Suriname or somebody searches for biking on a mountain in Suriname,
In Suriname.
you know, it's like, do you optimize your website for just one of them or both of them? And then yeah, you will see that all of a sudden you rank higher in organic search. I'm going very technical now. And
No, no, but
you rank higher in
yeah,
organic search. It's kind of it's the same concept. It's like you want to be seen, but to be honest, the
yeah,
best
I want to
way,
be seen right now.
yeah, the best way for social media actually to be seen is to be consistent.
cons- consistency and good quality content.
Yeah.
But
Well,
look,
the
is that
consistent,
maybe?
if you have the consistency, the good quality content will come. Like you started uploading on YouTube again.
Yes.
If you upload on YouTube every day for a year, you have 10,000 subscribers. I can almost guarantee it.
From
But
now on,
yeah,
I will have a new post. I'm making it public. Yes, people hear me. There will be a new vlog every Wednesday from now on. And
awesome.
as soon as I get some more work and I can go out more, I will try to do it twice a week, 3 times a week, etc. But for now, beginning every Wednesday, there will be a new vlog online.
Once a week, once a week will get you at least 1,000 subscribers in a year.
Hey,
Every
that's a
every
beginning.
day,
Yeah,
every day will get you over 10,000. But here's the thing: if you're gonna upload content every day for a year, around the third month, you're gonna be able to figure out what works and what's
What
interesting
doesn't
for
work?
your
Yeah.
audience, and the quality will go up eventually.
I
The
know what
quality
doesn't
will
work
go
right
up.
now.
Go.
So have we decided on like what kind of picture or what kind of video we're gonna put like at the square where Renato is at the moment?
Yeah, I have some pictures of him during the Spang Makandra days I can
You're
use.
not getting this video.
Hey, but Jean-Luc, is it maybe an idea for your company to give a content creating class?
I think he already
To be
does that.
honest, no. To be honest, we found. I mean, there's several people in our company. I mean, you know, Manuela. There are several people in our company who are like real content creators and love making content, and who have been giving these kind of training courses internally as well. But we've decided now, if when it comes to content creation, there's so many good content creators in Suriname. So if you would be giving a content creation class, it would be most likely partnering up with other creators, because there are a lot
Yeah,
of
because
creators that are much better than I am. Here's the thing, and this is going to be a plug because
mhm,
you're talking about content creation. I'm a lecturer at the Bacalot Academy, and we do a course, MBA course for social media professional. And the first part of that course, the first block, there are 3 blocks. The first block is only social media creation.
Because
So
internet is fucking up.
something that you can intern, and for those courses, I actually also have creators, actual creators, giving the classes instead of me teaching only the theory behind it. So maybe we can also kind of find a way to do the creation part and also make those kind of available But those courses are online. I mean, it's not by Sudanese people, but those courses are online.
Yeah, yeah, but I think more if I'm looking at a lot of young people now who I see on
Yeah.
Instagram, who I see on Facebook, who I see on YouTube, they might not be there yet to go to the backup academy or have the time or whatever to go and search for it online. I know that some people like the one-on-one attention or
Yeah.
they pick it up better that way. So maybe for like the really new beginners, it may be an option.
I think we can do something like that. We did it 2 years ago with the summer school, I think. Remember, you were a
Yeah,
speaker at the
the
summer
social
school,
media,
right?
the social media
Yeah,
summer school, right, right,
yeah,
right.
we did a summer school. Here's the thing behind it. It's a lot. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time, investment, money, and you don't really get a lot out of it because this group. And I'm talking you from a
Mhm.
business perspective. You can't make it an expensive course because people can't afford it, and it costs you a lot of money. And at the moment, I mean, we're giving free courses every month now. We have one free course, social media in a post-COVID world, which we're giving away for free. I've already done 3 sessions. We'll probably do 3 more um, until the end of the year. And that's right now where I can say like that's actually my strength. It's talking about the courses, especially about what I'm good at and what I understand. And that's for the course that we're giving away for free. So if there's a creator watching that's feeling like I would love to give away a free session on how to create, link up with me because
Oh,
I want to give that platform to you to use our
okay,
platform to give that session. The only thing I'm saying
nice.
currently, I won't be able to give the session because I feel there are people in Suriname that are much better creators than I am. So I rather have one of them
We have
give the course
you.
than me being the one that gives the course.
Great, great. And Jean-Luc, if people want to know more about you, where can they go?
Well, in a month time, they can go straight to my website. But at the moment, the best way to reach out to me is just any social media. You can go on any social media platform. Just type in at or Jean-Luc SR behind it, and you'll find me. I'm Jean-Luc SR on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on
On
YouTube, on TikTok. I don't
OnlyFans.
check. I don't log in on TikTok, but yeah, that's a funny thing. No, I'm not gonna claim that the OnlyFans account. If you see Jean-Luc SR on OnlyFans, that's not me.
Make it.
That's not you. No,
No.
what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop his links down in the bio, so you guys can check him out. He's an amazing social media expert, a great human being himself, and
Also a great friend. Don't forget that.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Wait. But at the beginning, you say you didn't like him, and now he's a great friend.
Yes, people understand I was making a joke. Don't underestimate our audience. All of our 11 subscribers.
Hey, we are getting up there. Number one podcast in the world, baby. We're coming for you.
So here's one last thing. If you want to connect with me on social media and you want a response within 24 hours, connect with me on Twitter.
Ah.
No, you don't.
Wait,
I
I
tagged you.
respond within 24 hours,
No,
Renato.
you
This is
didn't.
I
something.
do.
No,
I
you
do. It's the
didn't.
This is
quickest platform. It's the
No,
quickest
I
platform for
tagged
me
you
to
in a
respond.
post.
Yeah, but it's the difference between tagging and sending a DM or
aha.
saying,
He
yeah,
got you.
It's not the same.
No,
Not the
but hey,
same.
Shaluk, I
yeah,
had an interesting conversation yesterday with a 14-year-old.
yeah.
I was having a meeting at an office, and this was the child of the woman in charge. And she opened the door, and we got to talking. Okay, my mother's coming. I asked her, "How old are you?" She told me she's 14, and I asked her, "Okay, where do people of your age hang out on social media, and what social media platforms do you use?" So she was looking at me and so we're going from Twitter. Twitter for a 14-year-old?
It's getting
Why?
there. People are
Why?
moving
Okay,
from
listen,
Facebook.
listen. There's a big secret. I'm of the three of us, Helio, you're the least active on Twitter, I guess. But there is a secret community. There's several secret communities on Twitter, Surinamese communities on Twitter. Here's the thing about Twitter. Twitter is even dirtier than Facebook. If you're worried about people fighting on Facebook, Twitter is even worse.
He's
Like
gonna be active on Twitter now.
it's gonna be. I mean, people. If you would see people fighting on Twitter, if you would see them in real life, they would be really chopping each
Hitting
other's
fists.
throats off. But here's the thing about Twitter. Twitter is kind of a lot of people are using fake profiles and fake names and fake accounts as well. And there's several communities, Surinamese communities on Twitter you don't want to know about. And there are also fun communities on Twitter
He wants to
that you
know
do
about
want
it.
to know.
Trust me.
Yeah, he
He
probably wants
wants
to
to
know
know.
about it. Yeah.
No, but it was a surprise to me that a 14-year-old like is on Twitter, and her her thought behind it is from it is a place I can share my thoughts.
There are no adults.
Usually,
There are not a lot of adults there. It
yeah,
helps.
but what she also says from, if she goes to Facebook and if she shares her thoughts, she gets too much noise. But when she's on Twitter, she posts something. If she gets a reply, it's something positive or something that helps her. But if she posts on Facebook, people are screenshotting it, making memes and etc. So
Well, she does
I
have
think.
to understand.
Mhm.
Sorry, but she does have to understand that people screenshot it on Twitter as well. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
we rejected an intern. We rejected an intern based on their Twitter profile in the past.
So
Yeah.
wait. So going back to my point that what you post on social media says something about yourself. Don't go posting things you don't want your boss or future employer to see.
Yeah. Be
Two
silent for a
months
week.
ago, last story because I know. I mean, that's the problem with having me as a guest. You go 3 times as long. But
Yeah. Wait.
2 months ago, I had deleted all my posts from my personal profile on Facebook.
Why?
I felt I wanted to change. I removed all the
Okay.
posts. I did a backup of the post, which was like
Uh,
6 gigs, and I was like,
Whoa.
really? And I removed, and I had to get a tool, an actual tool to give access to my profile, which I deleted quickly afterwards. But we talk about over 600, no, I think almost close to 1,000 posts that I had to remove. And if I didn't choose the tool, I would have to remove them all manually, just to give you a perception of how much work. And that's only the post. I mean, my comments are still there. So my
Okay.
kind of the comments that I'm completely wrong on that I posted 7 years ago, you can probably still find
Alrighty then.
Gonna do some research now.
them.
No, but Jean-Luc, it was amazing having you. I want to thank you, give you a big shout out for being the
The
first
first
guest
guest.
Number
on
one, number one.
H&R Uncensored number one.
Hey, throw a
Cherries,
little
take us out.
few. Boom. Anyway, put a few swear words. We're uncensored here. Say one, just to make it complete.
Uncensored?
Yeah, just say
Uncensored?
one
Yes, Jean-Luc, yes. Let
one
Jean-Luc do
curse
it.
word. One curse word.
You should get on Hive.
That's not a curse word.
That's not a curse word.
You should get on Hive.
All right.
Okay, Renato. Okay, this has been me. I'm gonna give it to Renato to sign off.
Ooh,
But
this
you
is my
guys
first
can
time.
listen to us. You guys can listen to us on YouTube if you want to have the visual, or anywhere that podcasts are heard. We're on Spotify. We're on Renato. I'm gonna give it to you.
I don't know about Spotify yet. We're working on it, but if you try to
We're on
find us on
Spotify. We're on
Spotify,
If it's on Anchor, you're on Spotify.
look,
You're
he
most
helped
likely
us.
also on Google Podcast and Apple Podcast.
We're on
Yeah,
So yeah.
Anchor, and we're gonna put a few of the descriptions in our link
in the
because
link.
I forgot about it. But if you want to reach Jean-Luc, just type in Jean-Luc SR in all the social media channels. We'll put ours in the link in our channel. You can find us, Renato Marto at Twitter and Helio Fully at Instagram. So click on the subscribe, like button, and leave a comment. Just say something.
A quick side note: the podcast will be a regular thing. We'll have a new podcast for you guys every week. It will be online every Monday. So from now on, every Monday, you guys can tune in to H&R Uncensored for a new episode where we talk about what's happening, what's going on in the world, in our country, on social media, etc. Uncensored. We might swear, hey, but that's life.
Yes. So thank you guys, and thank you for watching. Thank you, Jean-Luc, once again.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our
Searching for the button.
side.
Stop recording.
I don't wanna waste what's
I
left.
hope we have enough space.
Save it.
The storms we
Right.
chase
Stop recording.